gross, I guess. Eat this, bro. Game over, man. Oops, I did it again. Yes. Well, the question is how much time is left, bro? How much time is left? An hour.
Krauser, where do you think you're taking her? Away from you, son.
No, it can't be.
Alright, y'all. Check. We're gonna react to some videos, chat.
Okay, guys, this is crazy. I've got to share it with you. I was paying
Yo.
$164 in car.
Hey, yo, bad play.
Hey, I just went by the watch with a whole lot of diamonds to show all these niggas it's my time. Took a trip out to Cali to hang with the cook, make a play and get high off that Zaza. I say R.I.P. Kobe, a nigga so fly when I ball out, fuck around skydive. So much chicken on me, could've went by the Williams, the Rudy's, a big ass Popeye. In a whole different bracket, this life is immaculate. If you hit me for buzzing, you know that I'm taxing. Keep buying cause that shit still in the package. If he say that he robbed me, he capping it. Really know that you know that I'm capping it. You not blind and you see that we have it. Known in my city, so no, I'm not average. Came a long way from dope in the can. Niggas know that I still in the game that I rep. Went to Solomon, I shot the 10 for 600 on all I net. Played it full like Mitch. Really having this shit. Got out that stuff, started rapping, and 6 months later I'm rich. Nigga know I'm a stepper, I step with some elegance. All these niggas I'm with is some fellas, and strapped with a post, so I hope that you ever spit. If they spit, make them wish that they never spit. Most of these niggas is how they be telling me. Man, I'm finna take over, I'm stepping. How you, baby?
My therapist always says, take care of little Mia. So when you see this photo of yourself, what feelings do you have?
My grandmother was very religious. She made me go to church and Sunday school and Easter speeches and all that. I didn't realize it then. I just went because I was supposed to go.
Yeah.
Right? But it came to some points in my life where things just happened that was so real that there was nowhere else to go but with God.
What was the activation moment of trauma for you?
I think there were several things. I think that the first was being left with a babysitter that was a woman that was older than me. I mean, that was older. And
Chat. Trauma is what a lot of us deal with that we don't address. That shit is real. Trauma, man. Childhood trauma. That's why a lot of our relationships fail with our family members, kids, siblings, spouses, partners. This shit is real.
and her, you know, touching me and doing things to me that don't normally happen to kids.
Like molesting.
Right, basically. So I was introduced to sex very
Really young.
Yeah. Second thing was that I had this lady that lived next door to us in an apartment. She was married to this guy. He had 2 kids. He
Yeah.
was around my age, and I used to hang out with him. And I was there one day, and I remember like it was yesterday. They got into an argument,
Yeah.
and me and the little boys was playing in the room, and I heard it. You know, and I heard that saying before, yeah, you wait till I get back. I'll be right back. And I kind of looked at the boys. I'm like, yo, you know, and sure enough, he came running upstairs, and he went in the closet, right?
Mhm.
And when he was going in the closet, he was fumbling through the closet, and I saw it when he pulled it out. I was like,
Hey, chat. Jeezy coming out talking about this, cause you know, especially as black people in our culture, like we tend to whatever rappers do, we think it's cool. But I'm telling you, watch how many black men come out and start talking about their trauma and the shit that they went through. Cause this shit is deep. This shit is real. Like we don't, especially in the black community, like we take this as a joke. Like we think that it, you know, if we come out and be vulnerable, you know, and talk about our issues, that it's a problem, make us like a sucker or something, man. But man, Jeezy, him doing this like this, he went up on this one.
like a big Academy, like a silver 357.
Oh
And I
my
looked at
God.
them, and I immediately was like, yo, we gotta hide.
Yeah.
And
But why did you know to hide?
because I had been around that before growing up.
Mm-hmm.
So I went and climbed under the sink in the bathroom and hid. And I heard some yelling, and all I heard was,
He killed his wife?
he didn't kill her, he shot her like 4 times.
Oh my God.
Right? And he ran, left us there. My mom and dad came looking for me. Eventually, they found me under the sink when the police and everything was there. But I just, they just stuck with me, right? And before I was 8, I had already accepted this is the norm, right? I was already desensitized.
At 8 years old?
Yeah, I was already thinking like, okay, this is what life is, and it gave me this thing to like always like protect myself, right?
Yeah.
And-
Because
and
nothing
think.
felt safe.
Right.
Do you have siblings at this
My
point?
brother died when we was younger.
What did it do to your mother?
I mean, my mother had a like very toxic relationship.
You and your mom?
Yes, my sister's my little sister.
Yeah.
Right? But I call her my little
Chop, chop.
sister because she's probably the only person that can talk sense into.
My relationship with my father was probably very toxic. And
So, Chop, we talking about the black community. Us, how as black man, bro, we feel like we can't, talk about our issues or talk about the things. You know what I'm saying? Our trauma. So Jeezy doing this interview, man. He being vulnerable and opening up, man. Like I got mad respect for dude, bro. Like mad respect.
So
well, because he wasn't there. I didn't have the example of what a family was supposed to look like.
Right.
The first thing before you marry someone, it's like, what is his relationship like with his mother?
I feel like my mother, it came from her not being raised right. Very violent, very verbal, very cold. I just remember that.
Here's one thing you need to do before buying anything online. Don't spend another dime on Amazon until you watch this first. Watch this.
I was
Bruh, and like a lot of our parents, bro, our parents wasn't raised right, bruh. So that's why we gotta break the cycle, because our parents wasn't raised right, bruh. It ain't no strategy. It ain't no strategy guide, or it ain't no manual to being a parent, man. Like it ain't no manual, but dude, just keep listening to dude, bro. Like this shit is real. This shit is deep, man. That's why therapy is so, man. Therapy and therapeutic. Therapeutic is in therapy is in therapeutic, bro. That's why it's so, man. I'm telling you, bro, for your mental, man.
on the outside because I look so much like my father. They divorced, and all I know, my father just told me straight up, he'll never trust another woman again, which made me go, shit.
Well, what was that about?
Because whatever,
Wow. Never trust another woman. As men, the stuff that we go through, our mamas. Man, I don't gotta say no more, y'all, but
what happened between them hurt him.
So one was not feeling safe and protected when you were molested.
Right.
2 was a void of love and compassion and acceptance from your mom.
Yeah.
And then the third one was, okay, now I'm going to completely disconnect from myself here because there is no love here, and I'm going to go to the streets and I'm going to hustle and I'm going to make money and I'm going to prove that I'm
gonna
worthy
be
of this
somebody.
love, and I'm going to be somebody.
When I left my mother's house, I had to be around 13, 14
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
And the reason why I left because she pulled a gun on me, right?
Okay.
And basically told me, like, you're going to either do what I say, or I'm going to take you out of this world type thing. I was just like, yo,
Why
this
was
is-
she so hard?
I don't really know her father like that. And
Yeah.
as I get older, I start to realize that you just never know what somebody went through. One thing I loved about my mother, she was spicy.
Uh-huh.
Like she got a tongue that could cut half the world
I
down.
love it. So I'm raising boys.
Right.
It's very interesting when you are trying to get that young boy to be a man and to go out into the world. And I would say that I do a good job of being present with them. But then there's that part of me where I'm like, I don't want to raise mama's boys.
I got an option to go to this boot camp. And in that camp, I was able to get my GED, learn life skills, and a bunch of different things. It was my first time being pulled away from my environment, right? So it definitely gave me time to think about you know, what I wanted to do in my life, where I wanted to go, and it was a different type of experience because it was like a lot of structure, something that I wasn't used to. And it's crazy because I'll never forget. It was one of the times that I was there and I was getting ready to get out, and I remember we went on a field trip because it was near water, and I remember just being on a military ship, like, you know, because the waves are crashing against it. I was just like, I don't want to go back home. I might just shit jump.
Really?
And I thought about it a few times. It was so real. That's probably the only time in my life where I ever felt that low, that I felt like this could be the end for me.
Yeah.
And, you know, I buckled back down. I came home, and I definitely turned my hustle up. Like I just went about it as a business. And this is around the time that I had my son. And he made me focus on becoming a man.
We are born as beings meant to be here to live.
Right. That's the crazy thing, though, because as I say here at 46, I can tell you that,
Yeah.
but I can't honestly tell you that I've experienced love, like, especially non-conditional. Like, I couldn't tell you that. It was always something to it.
Well, maybe you had to get open to it first to heal it, to attract it.
Well, I mean, you know, when you're coming up in a family, right, there should be at least a baseline of health.
Yes.
And just healthy,
Yes.
you know, just conversation, right?
Mhm.
And I can say that I probably got more love in the streets than I did when I was, and that's one of the reasons why I love my grandmother so much, because she was the only person that I can recall. My dad's folks was a little more common.
Yeah.
My mom's folks, they weren't playing the radio.
Is your mom still alive?
No, my mom passed. My mom
Did you get
passed
to-
during COVID. She had dementia. And
So my dad, same. My
Yeah.
dad passed away the day after Kobe Bryant.
crazy thing is when she was there and I was going to visit her, and when she had dementia, it was a little crazy because I couldn't really, because I was trying to get to a space where I can forgive her. I used to try to talk to her, and then, you know, my mom's smart, even if she had dementia. It's like when I started talking about the hard stuff, she started, like, you know, acting like she don't really understand what I'm
She
saying.
didn't want to talk about it. It was too painful for her.
Yeah, you know, I love my mother, you know what I'm saying?
Of course you do.
And I think I spent most of my life, which is probably one of the reasons why I'm successful.
Yeah.
It was trying to prove that I'm enough. And every time I got to a milestone, there was no fulfillment there, right?
Because she didn't acknowledge.
She didn't acknowledge it. I can't say this. You know, lately I've definitely been on my journey, so I've done a lot of work. One of my uncles just passed, and he's one of my favorite uncles. Everybody who knows my music know I talk about him. He's my first uncle that gave me $20, and I flipped it a zillion times, and that's how I'm here.
Yeah.
And his name is Bo Slick, and he gave me his disability check. He passed last month,
Oh,
and
that must have been tough.
it's crazy because I went to the funeral home in our hometown, and I went and saw him, right? And I hadn't seen him in a while. And I he had a smirk on his face, and I was like, look at Slick, he's still giving him hell. Boy, he think it's funny.
Yeah.
He gone. But it's crazy because he was laying in the exact same place, the last place I saw my mom. So on the way back, I tell my driver, I give him an address, and I say, yo, take me to this address. And we pull up, it's like an old church. My sister has it set up nice out there, but we set it up nice where my mom's buried. We got like a bench and all these things. She has a crown and stuff, so it's really beautiful.
Yeah.
Right? And it's peaceful. And I went up there because I had some life changes that was going on. And I wrote her a letter on the way there. And I sat down and I read the letter to her. I told her about her new granddaughter, how amazing, beautiful she was. I told her that. I'm working on my relationship with my son. And we're in a kind of cool place. I told her about my middle daughter and how beautiful she turned out. I told her about, you know, my life changes and the things that, you know, that I'm concerned about, some of my fears, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, you know, and I basically forgave her.
Ooh, that's good.
And my basis of the letter was to tell her you know, everything that was going on in my life, and you know, even if she's not proud, I understand.
What did you say in the moment of forgiveness?
I understand what it's like to raise a rebellious kid. I understand what it's like to have your own wounds, that your work that you need to do, right? And she didn't get a chance to do that. And I understand that maybe she had a different way of loving me that I didn't understand, right? And because my mom the type of you, if I go to a basketball court and get jumped, she gonna take me around there to fight everybody one-on-one.
Me too.
Right.
I'm taking my kids too.
She's like, come on, him first, him second,
And
him
I
third.
got your back,
Right,
and the
right.
Vaseline's in the car,
And
and
that's
I'm gonna
it.
take my earrings off,
There you
and
go.
let's go.
Yeah, that's her.
But do you understand that that was her way of loving you?
Well, this is what happened. And this is, I'm gonna keep it a buck. This was like, I was in LA, so this was like maybe 2 nights ago. You know, early morning meditating. And I was meditating, and I had a vision that I saw my mom. And I was talking to her, just early. I just asked her, I said, you know, I forgive you, but
Freedom.
it's so tricky because I promise you, like, I'm a Libra, so I'm like a very balanced and fair person, but 99.9% of the people I've met in my life have wronged or did something that I just was like, wow. And it can be anyone from anything, so it's always just that. And I go back to that instance when I was under that cabinet. You feel what I'm saying? It's just like you feel that, and I imagine going through that, you know, throughout your life. And that's what I have to tell people. Like, I don't think people understand that. It's like when you tell people you lost this many people, they look at it like you're exaggerating, but they got to really think about it. Let's just say Tupac. Tupac was 25, 6 when he died. Imagine how many people he lost if he ever sat down and told you, I'm double his age. I lived past him, so I've lived 4 or 5 different lives.
As you had these different